listen, y'all need to go ahead and text, tweet, DM, let somebody know, because we have an amazing mogul on the line. I mean, I can sit here and go down a list of the things he does, the things he directs, puts together, the things he started, the businesses he runs. But we're just going to go ahead and welcome in Mr. Mike Mack. Mike, welcome to the FIXX.
I'm so honored to be a part of what is I consider the revolution in Christian hip hop music. It's happening before our very eyes. The game is changing as we know it, and it's because of what you all are doing at Sirius.
Brother, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. We're coming up on our year. April 21st will be a year to have 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Something like this. So thank you for sharing that. I mean, I've been screaming it, but I appreciate somebody else saying, like, we're in the middle of something. Where else have you seen, like, since you started with that, where else have you seen kind of like a revolution happening or something changing, like concerning what all the things that you're doing?
So I'm tapped into booking, right? So I've been doing booking for about 10 to 12 years. So I realized the other day, like, oh shoot, I guess I'm an OG. Like, like something like, and then, you know, the crazy part in our space is the OGs typically kind of shoot up like stars and then fade out pretty quick. Right. So there's always been movements in Christian hip hop. There's constantly movements, constantly ever evolving. 116 was a movement, cross movement, you know,
movement. Right.
They were a movement, right?
Movement.
Then we had the indie tribe. We have the indie tribe movements. We had the Dream Junkies movements.
Right.
Like there's been all these different movements and a lot of different things. And the ones that sustain and the ones that last are the ones, you know, that make the longest lasting impact. But everybody comes in and nudges the pendulum in one direction. And I think that what's happening with you all is bigger than a movement. It's something that just has already, I'm not gonna say is going to change the game. It's a cliche, but it has already changed the game. It has already changed the way that artists are looking at their business and need to realize that they don't, you know, have to have their ducks in a row to monetize and take advantage of what radio offers, and pay a little bit less attention to the vanity cool metrics that Spotify and all the internet stuff that gives you. That's really cool to show your friends. You can, you know, starting to realize, oh, I can make money and show my friends instead of being broke and show my friends that people care. So
say it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't even answer your question. I'm still just flattering you.
No.
What Holy Culture's doing.
I mean, I love Holy. Obviously, I'm here. I mean, that's funny that you say that. And I was gonna ask you this question: what made you even want to book anybody? I mean, first of all, anything that we do, I guess, as far as a Christian artist, it's hard to get booked. So it's like, what made you want to be the guy who's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a stressful.
Yeah. Never woke up wanting to do this. Never woke. I still don't wake up wanting to do this. It's just something that I feel like organically God, you know, put me in position to do and open doors and showed me direction and showed me need. And that's always been how I try to move. Just what is God showing me? What is God giving me the opportunity to do? What doors is he opening? What doors is he closing? And then just walking through those. I'm a live by day kind of guy. I don't project too far into the future. I tell people all the time, I don't have a 5-year plan. I usually don't even know what day of the week it is. If it wasn't for my Google Calendar, if it wasn't for my Google Calendar, I'd be all messed up. My wife will tell you that early. But so, I started throwing my own shows in like 2010. I started a Christian clothing line. It was called Church Boy Clothing. Okay. And it was doing pretty good, but I'm in Boston. So I realized, you know, the best place to sell clothes was at urban events. Okay. And I'm in a not very urban town, very urban city where there's no hip hop. There's not very much Christian culture at all. Right. And so I was like, man, the best place to sell is to go to these events. So I would go to other people's events and travel to DC and travel to Philly, what was buzzing at the time, in New York. And then I was just like, man, we got to start doing our own stuff in Boston. So we started building our own events in Boston, basically so that we could sell our Christian clothes, right? So we created our own market. A lot of people wait for their market. I was like, no, we can make a market.
Nice.
We basically created our own market from scratch. And once we did that, then artists started to take notice and they were like, well, we need more events because we want to perform. So they're like, oh, I'm building something. They want to get a part of it. So then we started creating more and more shows, started doing better and better things. We created a local group in Boston with a bunch of Christian hip hop artists, and they'd never been on tour, they'd never done shows like that, and we said, let's build a tour. My naive self, I'm like 28 years old. I'm like, yeah, how hard can that be? So I actually, me and a couple of my friends, I built a tour in New England. We did like 20 plus cities with artists that people aren't really familiar with, but we were able to build it out and get it placed in a lot of different churches, like 20 some odd churches. And that's when people notice, because it's super hard to tour. We know that, right? It's nearly, it's not very many artists have toured and have toured well. And so I built one from scratch just one day when I woke up and decided to do it. So from then on, it was just people started to take notice. Doc Watson's the first person that was like, yeah, could you book for us? You know how to put together shows, but can you book shows? And I was like, yeah, why not? So then I started doing booking. And that's really how I got started in booking.